There's been a lot of conversation around universal basic income. I'm sure you've seen the million comments that I get wanting me to talk about it. I would not throw that away, that could be a potential election issue where the Liberals come in with a big promise because they have to. They have no choice now. The 2021 election was centered around keeping Canadians safe from the pandemic. The next election is going to be around how we can help you out of the current situation that you're in.
Okay. So I think you're right about the messaging, 100%. I can see that where that's going. Someone who's like me, I get frustrated with that, right? Because I'm like, from my perspective, y'all created it, and now you're giving me the solution. Do you think the regular person could see through that, or do you think they would buy into that messaging?
It really depends. Like, I kind of go back to my statement about a lot of people not paying attention and how they pick up on messaging. When we get caught in these political bubbles, it's really, really easy for us to get complacent with the fact that the average Canadian doesn't care as much about politics to watch it and pay attention to question period every single day as you or I would. So, they kind of only see, okay, you know what, life is getting really expensive. Okay, I am seeing in the news that like Trudeau's not showing up to the House of Commons and he's talking about things that don't matter. Okay, but he's, promising me now he might be able to fix it. So maybe we'll be okay. Also, big promises like universal basic income aren't really the end all be all for working Canadians and people that are middle class or, maybe students or our less vulnerable population. But at the end of the day, he's going to need to do something to pick up those votes with the older range because we're seeing the support for him at the younger folks is going in droves. And 40-year-old, 50, 60-year-old people are ready to retire. They're thinking about retirement. Universal basic income is not the end all be all for them either. So it's hard to say.
I totally agree with you. I think that UBI isn't the thing that's going to get that age group. And I think that that's exactly why we saw like him going for the home heating oil. We were looking at our income going, okay, this is probably going to be the lowest amount of money we'll ever make this year. Would we qualify for the free heat pumps and for all the different incentives that they put out there? And we're like, how is the median income this low? And we're like, we don't qualify, even though we both took EI to be with our daughter. And we were just like, we don't qualify then. And I was looking into this going, who would qualify for this? And it's seniors who are on fixed incomes, who are only getting that CPP check and the old age benefit. And so those are the people who, they bought their house back when it was only, $100,000 to buy a house. And so now they need to upgrade from home heating oil. So, and those are the people that get out and vote. And so I was like, that is who he's speaking to. It's directly that demographic in Atlantic Canada. So I'm thinking that, maybe Pierre's got to come back with something else for the younger Canadians, like you said, the working class, to try and get that vote. Because I think that group of people is, like you said, they're not paying attention. And I don't know if it's for lack of desire or if it's just because I'm just from the people that I'm talking to and I'm hearing from, people are just tired. They're busy. They've got families. They've got, never ending work. The amount of people that are actually now working 2 jobs to try and keep up with inflation and keep up the lifestyle that they've had and enjoyed before is just insane. So I just think that people might be a little bit overburdened right now. And so that's also kind of where I think a lot of the work that you do is like super important because it is getting that message out there. But yeah, I'm just wondering, what do you think that Pierre will come back for that group of people to get them? Because if Atlantic Canadians, the bulk majority of them that are old are now going, sweet, we got free heat pumps and a discount on our oil. We're going to go with the old red team. What do you think that Pierre's message is going to be to Atlantic Canadians maybe?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have no idea. I'm in Saskatchewan, so I'm kind of a little bit out of touch with what happens in Atlantic Canada or the different needs that people, like I didn't even know that many people were on heating oil, that the amount of people in Saskatchewan is very, very low. So obviously the needs are very different. But with that being said, it's like, you know what? If he scraps that carbon tax, okay, that's an extra cost that people don't want to have to pay. but then, brings in some other promises like tax breaks and stuff like that and starts making life more affordable again, then maybe people will be happy. But I think where the Liberals are making mistakes is they keep trying with these big promises, like we saw with the grocery rebate and the carbon tax rebate. It's like people are like, okay, yay, but like I don't want to have to pay carbon tax on my bill and then wait for it to come back to me and then listen to these people in the House of Commons tell us that we're doing better than we ever have been. Like, I think Canadians are ready for someone to just be honest with them. Like, just be honest. Just tell us where we're at.